All right, Zak Lansing joining me. Just wrapped up the Power Slap Combine. How good does it feel?
Um, it feels great. This has really woken up a lot of feelings that I haven't felt in a while of the thrill of competition. My body's been just, it feels amazing. It feels better than I've felt in 10 years.
Amazing. Are you sore at all?
I'm definitely sore, but I'm still going to the gym. I'm dialing it back a little bit with the weights just so my elbows can recover a little bit.
Mhm.
But I feel great. I feel athletic. I literally just walked back into my place from the gym right now. So
Awesome. I mean, last time we talked to you, you were kind of right in the thick of it all. Now having a moment to reflect on the entire experience, what stood out to you the most?
everybody's hospitality. The hospitality from the coaches, from the people that put it on, the hospitality from where I'm from. People are giving me more support than I thought I'd ever have. From everybody, from other fighters in Power Slap, I feel more than welcomed in this community.
Amazing. And is that just from promoting on social? Like, is that the validation that you're getting?
Yeah, on social media, just around in my town, other fighters reaching out to me through my DMs on Instagram. So stuff like that. I feel blessed right now.
Amazing. Do you feel like there's more to the slap game than you realized before going to Vegas?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I didn't like this is a well-oiled machine. You guys know what to do. A lot of the meetings with, just telling us what to do and how to, conduct ourselves. Like I'm gonna conduct myself as a pro athlete. That's how I'm gonna treat myself. Man, and just the nuances of technique, like really working on keeping my feet down. That's when you're coming up with 375 pounds of explosion, it's hard to keep that feet down.
100% it is for the big boys.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. I mean, you've always been a big boy, seemingly your entire life.
yeah.
Um, did you really hit a growth spurt at a certain age, or you've just always kind of been bigger right from birth?
I was 2 months premature and I came out 9 pounds 8 ounces.
Oh, crazy.
So
Crazy.
I've been on the same growth track forever. I've been big forever. I was always the biggest kid in my class. I've always been the strongest kid in my class. Um, I'm I'm just this is me. Like I've always been this size. I was a little bit
Mhm.
bigger, honestly. I've lost some weight, but
Gotcha. Obviously the physical traits are there. Talk to me about the mental capacity. I mean, you talked about training like a pro athlete. Do you feel like you need to now embody that mentality of being a pro athlete day in and day out in everything that you do in your life?
100% something that I'm actually doing right now is focusing on my diet. A lot of people are talking to me there, asking me what I eat, and I've never been a guy that's measured what I eat. I've just kind of eat what I want to eat.
Mhm.
So I'm treating that a lot more seriously. That's to take me to the next level. Um, and I can feel my intensity coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Like I can't sleep. I'm so hyped all the time. I'm looking at my phone constantly, waiting for that phone call that I am signed.
Awesome, man. Talk to me about the ink that you have. Is there any
Um,
meaning to some of it?
so man, I started getting tattooed when I was like 14, actually.
Crazy.
So I have this one down right here is my first one. Crazy story behind it. I was in the hospital and I asked my mom if I make it out, can I get tattooed? And I don't think she thought I was going to make it out. So I made it out. She took me to Vermont, signed off on it, and yeah, here I am. That one tattoo means a lot. It has a lot of blotchiness in it, but that's from the medications I was on, and I refuse to get it fixed. So I want to look at it every day and understand
Mhm.
where I came from with it. I have a full back piece of Odin on my back that Al, that crazy Al, I mean angry Al did at Bulletproof Tiger in Manchester, and we did a full back piece on that. That means a lot to me. I look at that and I try to realize who I am and what I am, and I'm coming in this sport to be a conqueror.
Yeah. I mean, just in case anybody who's watching this didn't see the first video that we did, do you mind talking about the illness that you had?
So I have IgA nephropathy. It's also called Burger's disease. It's a kidney disease. Basically, it's like inflammatory. So I'll go through bouts where it inflames again. My body doesn't really process protein that well, believe it or not. Which I don't really understand it because I make steady gains in the gym. Always have, never had issues with that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? When I was younger, I had some days where I really felt it. I can't tell you how many times I've been rushed to a hospital. I hate hospitals to this day, just the smell of a hospital.
Mhm.
I used to get blood taken from me every other day.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, you let us know that you were part of Make a Wish,
yep,
and you were able to meet Dana White. You were able to meet Cain Velasquez, DC. Um, I mean, I guess assuming you were a UFC fan from a very early age, if that
yep.
was your wish, talk to us about that a little bit and how that whole experience went down.
So I'll tell you. So when you're in the hospital, I was in the hospital, and they have social workers and stuff coming in. And they ask you, you're eligible for Make a Wish, and so I kind of felt guilty. I'm not gonna lie, because like I was very very sick, but I wasn't dying. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like but I went through a lot, and the UFC, they flew me out and they showed me so much love. It was literally just like a week of just UFC. Josh Thompson hung out with me all the time. He's an old school lightweight from AKA. Just literally, I met everybody. I met BJ Penn. I met Rumble. I met Ronda Rousey. I have a selfie with Ronda. I met Forrest Griffin a bunch of times, and I know Forrest Griffin's part of Power Slap. So I'd definitely love to meet him again as a grown man on different
mhm.
circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, did you actually know it's funny we watched back the episode that you were
Yep.
on for Tough. Did you know that Mark Smith was actually cage side right in front of you?
I did not process that. No, no, I
Yeah.
think that's crazy.
So
I
how
think
crazy
that's
what was
crazy.
that? A young guy, and now Mark Smith is obviously running the rules for Power Slap and
I
everything
mean,
else. So
I saw Mark Smith at the training camp. Mark Smith really was picking apart, my technique, and he gave me a lot of good tips. Nothing but
mhm,
that was cool once I learned that.
absolutely. How did you overcome the illness and become an athlete despite the setbacks that you were dealt with?
My nephrologist I had, which is a kidney doctor, Dr. Weinstein, he worked with me so much. You know what, I couldn't imagine having to deal with me all the time, because I was dead set on playing football.
Yeah.
Dead set on playing football. So like, let's say when I first got sick, he was like, "Yeah, you can't play more than 5 plays a game." You know what I mean? And like, that was horrible. But they'd save me for like goal line and just throw me in, and I just pile through everything. But
Mhm.
gradually, I kept taking my medications. I kept going to the hospital, getting checked up. He worked with me so much. Really, I would be dead right now if it wasn't for that man. And I owe him nothing but my life and gratitude. And I'm trying not to be a little emotional talking about it, but yeah.
Mhm. No, it's amazing, man. Um, what would be your message to Dana White today? With all the hospitality he gave to you back in the day, and now giving, through obviously one of his businesses giving you, another opportunity in life.
Dana, give me a chance. We met. I will prove I'll prove myself. Just give me a chance, and I will do anything to get this going. We'll do good business, Dana. Just give me a chance. That's it. That's all. That's all I need. I need your trust, and I will take this to the moon.
Awesome, my man. Um, Obviously, Cain Velasquez going through some,
I can hear you right now.
difficult. Oh, you
There we go.
you
My
still
bad.
there?
Yep.
Awesome, no problem. Cain Velasquez going through some difficult times right now. If you could say anything to him, would you have a message for him?
Yeah, Kane, I actually hope you see this. You made such a huge impact on my life. It hurts to see what's going on, but you're taking this with the utmost class. I pray for nothing but the best for you, Kane. For the family. for your family, obviously. Just hang in there. You got this. You're a world class athlete, world class man. Thank you for everything.
Awesome. One last one for me. If anyone else is going through the same illness that you had to deal with, what would you say to them?
Be patient. Be patient. Life gets better. Life gets better. I am a walking billboard of it. It's a hard road. Life will get better. Just keep, listen to your doctors, keep going for checkups. You know, life gets better. You can make something out of yourself. You can, get physically better. I've devoted my life to going to the gym. Even before this was my favorite thing to do. Just combat and lifting. Eat right, man. It gets better. It gets better. I promise.
Awesome, Zach. Appreciate you catching up, you sharing those details of your story with us. And we look forward to seeing you up there in Power Slap real soon.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Take care.
Bye.